Okay, so eggs should probably not be utilized at the same time as a bunch of other things that really want me to have a bunch more candy. That's one thing that I got from that. Those are anti-synergistic. Proclamation. Attuned, extract 2. Deal 50 damage to the front enemy unit. That's not half bad. Also, 2 makings a morsel here, and a soul cripple for consume. Apply reap 13. No bad. Also got Seraph the Diligent at the very end, consuming our spells. That actually seems like it's probably going to help us. On aggregate, at least. Alright. Show me the other champion line. There it is. To get, well, we saw it in the last one, right? Inspire, apply Reap 2 to enemy units. The thing is, that Spine Sheath still looks pretty good, right? Because it gets buffed by morsels, so that it gets extra HP, gets extra damage, it gets multi-strike later on. We have the ability to give it multi-strike with Furnace Tap, possibly later on. And we also have the 2 cards in the deck that already want to extract 2 per. Okay. Make a scrambled egg deck? No, I don't know what that means either. A scrambled egg deck would be a deck that's full of eggs and volatile gauge. Scrambled eggs. Base charge. Add 2 gem. I'm just gonna have to find a name to call them. They're echoes, right? 2 echoes. Echoes. If I don't lock that in right now, I'm gonna forget it forever. Echoes. Add 2 echoes to each floor at the start of each battle. Candy. No! When a card with Consume is played, all cards gain +1 magic power for the rest of the battle. So Jackstrips is ridiculous. But Notice Stone in Umbra can be pretty ridiculous. Shadowblood, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Kojahan. Kojahan, enjoy your modes in chat. Welcome to the Republic. Thank you, Shadowblood. As much as I want to take the Jackstrips, Notice Stone. You gotta go for it. Go and Monkey, go Bean. Thank you very much for the bits for candy. Notice Stone is Noise Stone. Yeah, exactly. There's an extra T they put in there for some reason. No clue why. Unit draft. I mean, look. Yes. Full stop. Why does my stomach feel weird? I did eat this morning. Alright. Spine, as well as the making of a morsel, seems pretty good here. The problem is the +1 magic power doesn't actually help us much. Maybe not fruit? A coffee and a ham sandwich should be enough in the morning. Jackstrips might be significantly worse in this DLC because all the sharded enemies have +5 HP, even the weakest ones. Fair. I mean, look, honestly, Jackstrips being worse is probably necessary a little bit. Because Jackstrips was ridiculous. Jackstrips is your first artifact choice, like, simplified the opening game by 50%. It was ridiculous. Why don't I just feed 2 things into the Spine Sheath? That's good. That'll do it. Get a lifesteal back, so I don't have to worry about damage on that floor. It's not how I wanted that one to go. I mean, I guess I just infused this floor once. And Zumbra now gives 6 HP. That's pretty ridiculous. I like that a hell of a lot. guess we'll just do it again then. Morsel gives plus 3 HP? Sorry, Jeweler? All morsels were... Okay. Perfect, this is what I was hoping for. Boom. And then... take that backliner. You can get the Antumbra Morsel down, use it for the chump block in front for 5 damage, and then still get the HP out of it. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. So I put that on you 2 times if I want to kill you here, right? Yeah. Yeah, that does it. Let's proclaim the detonation at him. Give him a shot as well. The Morsel Miner even got buffed. +6, +6. I like that a hell of a lot. I did start feeling a little near the end of Friends and Foes that Morsels were just a way worse Primordium. And I know Primordium's the champion, right? And the comparison shouldn't necessarily shouldn't be as equitable as maybe I was hoping it would be. But really, it just felt like Morsels... It felt like if I was going to do Morsel things, I was doing it with Primordium, and if I was going to do anything else, I was going to try and do Ember Drain. Kind of you to say, Salted Cookie. I don't necessarily like my hair at the moment, but I appreciate it. Extract to Infuse. Apply +15. Bounding Echoes is also really good here. Vermkin Spike is also really good here. No, it's not. No, because I'm going to be using mine. So we go back to the extracting. Yeah, I'm taking Echo Transfer. Making for Morsel Miners for, God, so we just built a large Spike Chief is what we're currently doing, right? We're Morsel Mining it, we're getting it multi-strike, we're using Echo Transfer, we're using Proclamation and stuff like that in order to support spell damage on that floor. Backline damage eventually gets solved. It doesn't have to be solved right now. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to bed. Body sending signals, Rhapsody look awesome. Thank you, John. Hope I catch you. Sleep well. Yeah, it's Morsel. I'm actually gonna try making more. I don't want to do that one though. It's infused and making like Morsel makers in this are very good, but I don't want it. But I don't want it. Hunger triggers when a unit with Eaten is summoned. Feed on units with Eaten. Oh, so it just instantly eats all of your morsels. So if you have this, you can generate as many morsels as you would like. Gorge is crying. Someone call Gorge. Gorge is crying. Feast? Oh god, it is Feast, isn't it? I forgot the name of the card because I use it so rarely at the moment. What's its essence? That's a good question. +10 and Hunger. Feed on units with Eaten. Do I have anyone who wants to hold that at the moment? No. Inert Multi-Strike 1 and Gorge gain 1 fuel. So this gives Multi-Strike, but it has to eat. Okay, let's look at our next floor. We've got the Merchant of Steel and the Umbra banner on the same side. Merchant of Magic and Wormkin banner on the other. Those proclamations don't really need to be upgraded yet. Lowering the cost of these making the morsels is a little bit of a priority to me. Okay, it's actually a reasonable priority. Echo transfer getting holdover wouldn't actually be bad. I had an alloyed construct plus alloyed construct run today. Fuel 2 on Gorge is nice. That's neat. I like that idea. What's that last unit? First of Kin. We saw it in the last run, which is why I didn't immediately read it out. I apologize about that. Triggers when a card is consumed on the floor. Use Etch, the keyword, and it gets plus 5 HP. I kind of want to take Morsel Maid and then just give it in spirit to a different unit. The only thing is if I do take Morsel Maid here, I mean, like, kind of, what's the word? Incentivized to go to the Umbra banner so that I can find a unit that already has Eaten. Or, sorry, a Gorge effect. I think First of Kin needs a slight cost decrease, though we haven't seen many consume cards the one can have. That's true, yeah, I haven't really been able to see that yet. It's been gone a while, what did I miss? Got any brain wrinkles yet? I died on floor 5. Only just, though. Almost came out on top. I think a lot of that was the anti-synergies I put into the deck as I was picking new things and just going, ooh, new! Okay. I think I'll commit to that plan. That's a multi-strike right there. Is it Morsel Master multi-strike and then have it instantly eat Morsel Masters? Morsel Miners, sorry? Because it feels like it's that. They added a Ghost Stone? This is the Black Void Stone. A little modified. This is the Black Void Stone. Okay. So all I would need to do is give this and negative cost to any of them. But the other way around would be better, right? Because of the +2/+2. Oh god. Yeah, okay, yeah, it should have been the inverse. Sorry. I didn't think about that because I forgot that this even has an essence. Sorry about that. Yeah, eating in the other direction isn't going to help us. So I have to redo the... Dang. Oops. Dang, oops. Okay, I'm apparently gonna have a really rough time right now, but so what? Come at me. Penitent Prayers. So they get extra damage here, they get a unit draft. Extra damage is actually a little bit bad for me. The Reconcilers still die with a single spell. So do the Frontliners, honestly. The Proclamation kills them. Sure. Sao is incredible at this game. Sao is better than me at this game. Dash. So I kind of want to just go Morsel Master on the top floor. How often am I going to get... No. I mean, it eats them instantly. So actually, Morsel Master and Spine Sheath can go on the same floor, right? Because if I put a morsel down, it just gets duped and then eaten instantly. Okay. But it also... Hang on. But it also eats them regardless of its position. So it can go behind the Spine Sheath. But do I want the spine? No, I still want the Spine Sheath behind them. So that Reap does more effect in the end. Wait. Yep, they finally gave us backline gorging. Now, if only they would actually give me some of my goddamn morsel-making cards. Sorry, I mean gosh dang morsel-making cards. My apologies. Let's make that morsel. Chomp chomp. Infuse plus 15. That's pretty good. So Shade Split on this floor. Rubble also gives +2/+2 now. My gosh. That is ridiculous. Look at this Morsel Master. Oh yeah, I can't do that on that floor. Whatever, doesn't matter. Chomp chomp. We're slightly short on being able to kill the Disciple Protector here before the first hit is gone. Okay, so we take 6 damage here. Could be a lot worse than 6 damage. Could be one hell of a lot worse than 6 damage. I love it. Rubble Morsel just funds my ability to play the rest of the Morsel Masters. So here's the big problem with the Morsel Master right now. It can't get health back super easily. Like literally its health is mostly just the Morsel Miners keeping it up. So I need access to more uncommon and rare morsel collections so that I can get lifesteal on it more consistently. Large Stone on the Master and let it be a floor of himself. That's possible. Possible I go that direction. It's doubling up on the Eaten effect? Nope. Doubling the Eaten effect because it is a Morsel Master, so it's summoning 2 of them, but it's also eating them instantly because it has the essence of a Morsel Mate in it. I didn't need to look at that. I don't know what you're talking about. I know it off by heart. Shelter. Infused, apply armor 2 per candy to friendly units. I get a lot of candy on the top floor. Wait, what happens if you have 2 hunger effects? That is an excellent question, Justice Tom. I'm assuming that the front hunger would eat them. That's just an assumption, though. I have no reason to base that on anything. Frontline hunger eats them. Cool. Thank you, Koshan. I mean, Shelter seems reasonable here. It's 8 armor for the floor. I don't know, is that reasonable? Maybe I just want another Proclamation in the deck. I'm collecting a lot of essence on that top floor, and then I'm just expending it to instantly kill enemies. Okay. And Sombra Assault represents my ability to start getting more rare morsels. Lifesteal 3 damage. Okay, so this plus 10 plus... They don't give Gorge effects, those. Interesting. Yeah, Alloyed Construct has... Sorry, yeah, they don't give Gorge effects on their essence. Inert, Multi-Strike 1, Gorge getting Fuel 1. We can't put more than one essence in the same thing. And honestly, like, all of these are going to try and compete the essences I'm otherwise putting into the Morsel Master, so no. Take the money. Unless I wanted to take a plus 10 and buff for some unit I expected to get. Merchant of Magic. We're looking to decrease and hold over cards. Double stack. It seems pretty effective, but still doesn't actually seem like something I want to do. Do I settle? Do I settle for making this playable 2 times in a single turn without any other modifications? Oh, the Divine Temple I can look at. I actually look at that first. It's too much to Twinstone another one, right? There is no -2 here, unfortunately. That would have been the best. Can you Twinstone a Twinstone? Let's look at that, actually. That is a no. Not eligible. I could Twinstone Echo Transfer, and that doesn't seem bad. I don't know, I feel like I'm stacking up ridiculously on pack shots right now, and I need to save the ability to use some of them for later. So my AoE is multi-strike. Am I okay with my AoE being multi-strike right now? No. So I gotta find more to supplement my AoE later? Okay. I can do that. I don't need to solve that right now. And I'm not setting up a secondary floor. What is the benefit? Echo Transfer actually might want that Twin Strike now. Twin Entumbra. The problem with twinning Entumbra is it really wants like a plus 10 and a -1 cost before I want to do that. Take the money there. I think I should just decrease the cost of the making of a morsel. Take a reroll. I was really looking for a -10. Oh, sorry, a plus 10. Yeah, I just want to decrease the spell damage of this. Just a little bit, please. I could make these a nuke. I just don't need the nuke yet. Move, consume, cost +1. Doesn't really help me in any case here. Honestly, I just need to 0 cost like all of the Shade Splitters as well. That's a shame. Not really exciting, but good. Monster Rail Spike, Spell Rail Spike. I could just Monster Rail Spike a Train Steward out of the deck. Spell Rail Spike would be... Honestly, I'd probably use it on a Sharded. I see it now, it's funny. Okay, you can only do it on magical power ones. I knew that at some point in time, and then I forgot it. Multiple floors probably allows you to kill Divine faster. I do not know anything about the Divine fight yet. External hard drive. That is a problem that I will fail to address when I get to it. A bridge I'll burn when I get to it. This is with Sap 1, Telos attacks every turn, applies Dazed on Strike. Okay, so that means I'm protecting on the top floor with my champ. Right? And then when the champ dies, that's just fine. Yep, when the champ dies, that's just fine. Chomp, 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 chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp. I don't think I'm going to start proclaiming things yet. Someone was talking earlier about this being a particularly kind and friendly community. And just seeing a disagreement resolve in chat with, I see, sorry for the misunderstanding, and then a smiley face. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, Clergyman's a big boy. You get multi-strike, got it. You die with a Sharded though, so I don't really need to address you in that way yet. In fact, you die with a Sharded. Chomp. More chomps. I'm thinking that maybe I even just still go for the making morsel. And then I come in and make everything better. Dash of Awesome. It's true. Okay. Okay. I'll proclaim on each of these floors, taking out the Forged Disciple. That's like perfect what the base charge is here for me. New clan? Yep. New official clan in the game. Oh wow, they actually did have the ability to chew through both of those. I counted that wrong. Just joined stream. Is auto-eating a synth or something? It is, exactly a synth. In particular, we synthed Morsel Made, which is a rare, I believe the new rare for Umbra, which gave +10, and Hunger. Hunger triggers when a unit with Eaten is summoned, so morsels. Feed on units with Eaten. Okay, and then I'm gonna make him a morsel. Those down. Hang on. Oh, I'm getting dazed. His Spine Chief is dying. Rough. Yeah, I'm actually going to individually kill those two to prevent any extreme sadness. I get the extra HP out of that. Not liking the direction this one is going in at the moment, though. I really need lifesteal or some shields. It's extra energy, but it's not exactly what I was asking for, game. I should probably just start using train stewards to chomp here. Then Proclamation. If I could cast that on the bottom floor, I would cast that on the bottom floor, but I can't, so I won't. Oh, so the Purge copy does cycle back into the deck. Interesting. Shade Splitter. Nice! Now we can play both Morsel Masters. Yep. Yeah, this is pretty good, turns out. As it turns out, getting plus 24, plus 24 on a multi-strike unit every turn, actually pretty good. That is actually a consideration, right? The Morsel Master is 1 capacity. Was Morsel made 1 capacity or 2 capacity? Because if it was 2 capacity, there is an argument to be made that the +2/+2 is less valuable than the ability to have more versatile positioning on it. I can't do that. I'm not physically able. Imagine a +2/+2 on Purgorge. It would rely, like, that is huge, right? The effect of that is huge. The only way it really helps us is if, like, we are only 1 capacity available on a floor. We don't want to go for capacity gem or some such, which has happened in a couple of these battles. I think it was 2. How are you enjoying the Worm Boys? My brain's all wrinkly. Honestly, I think. So I've talked a lot of times about the fact that, you know, like, the first time you encounter something, you're not necessarily going to have a good read of it, right? And anytime I'm, you know, an hour into playing a game and someone says, "What do you think about the game?" I'm like, I don't know yet. I actually just don't know. And I still don't know with the Worm Clan, right? I'm excited by a lot of things in it. I need more experience in them to really be able to utilize their strength and really start feeling those things, right? But the thing that I already love is the shards. Oh, God, do I love those shards. Represents a huge change in the way the game is played. Got Morsel made in the compendium. Yeah, I can't do that, actually. Logbook. Also, 2 capacity, yeah, it was. Return 5 consumed spells to the top of the draw pile. So that will work with the Notice Stone. But I will need consumed spells first. I think I just take it. Might use the other ones. In-host Carapace. Shard Soul Carver. 3 capacity, 1 cost. Inspire, which is triggers for each time a... Sorry, triggers when candy is added to a floor for each candy added. Inspire, gain +2 and armor 2. This could be the unit that stands in front of the Morsel Master. Right? That's fine. I get a lot of extra candy on that floor, so it just gets extra armor. It's like in camp with candy. Yeah. A good consume card for that would be Caged Ember. That's exactly the one I've been hoping to find, Sal. Rapthorn, people said candy, and now I told him that's what's gonna happen. And now YouTube viewers are gonna get mad at me because they can't see the chat and they don't know candy is what you call them. Does Shard Soul Carver have to be in front? How many more units do I even really get to see? I have 1 more Umbra banner over on this side. There's Hellvent next to it. There's a good target for that Hellvent. Obviously, Hellventing the Morsel Master, only the one in front is going to be the one that actually gets the eats. So no, that's not going to... Yes, it will work! Put 2 Morsel Masters on the same floor. It's not that both of them are going to eat the units at the same time. It's just that it's going to give us an extra morsel. I'm pretty sure the frontmost will eat it. Yeah, it will. But we get an extra morsel. Its passive still triggers. Is that better than the alternatives. Yes. Yes, it is. Show unit essences. +5, +1, and Inspire Rage 2. That's interesting. Shatso Kava is like completely different in its essence given than it is by base. But then do you still have the capacity to play the morsels? Yep. Yes, I do. Unless I want to put another unit on that floor, which I don't want to. I'm just going to dupe a bunch of them. Alloy Construct is actually worth considering here. Really? Why? I'm interested. Kinho's Carapace sounds like it'd be really fun with Reform or Transcendent. Definitely. So I skip that. It's draw. It just is. It might be energy next time, but it's draw now. Mine Temple. We're going over here with duping. Gain an Umbra unit. What's its essence? It gives +60, +50, and +2 capacity. Good lord. I can't in any good conscience give that to anyone. It's interesting. But I'm not doing it. Divine Temple. True Stone on Antumbra, 100%. Don't need the Extreme Stone. Yes, it would be 150 extra damage on a Proclamation. No, I don't need 150 extra damage on a Proclamation. I'm faster than that. Honestly, the Spine Chief doesn't do anything for us anymore. Should I therefore be putting it like on a different line? No, because I'm still not going to be adding candy to that line at all. Well, I mean, it does go on a different line, right? It's just do I use it? Gives me the ability to refuel other hits. Just does damage. Okay. Awesome Master. You... I didn't know it was going to cost us that to dupe it. But it... Yeah, it costs +5 to dupe that as well. Rude. So rude. I'm definitely doing it, but rude also, though. Chat has been warning you? I didn't see it. Sorry. Chat's been pretty quick today. Proclamation definitely goes off on the bottom floor. I could just put Spine Chief down there too. No cheating your way into Essence, but I want to. Like Rhapsody reads chat. You're right, Calathulu. I never do. Okay. Proclamation goes off. We get the front two liners down. Morsel Master needs to go top. That Soul Cripple can still get the kill here, right? That Train Steward prevents 17 damage on Spine Chief. Almost guarantees it another hit next turn. Is that next hit next turn worth it? Gives us more time to build up the Morsel Masters on the top floor. Yep. Hey, Atlas Bron. Hey, Atlas, it was you who wrote the non-spoiler summary of the update, right? That was hugely helpful. We read through it at the very start of the stream. I'm deeply appreciative. Was that in response to Teak and I silly did the thing that I was going to do if no one else had? Silly, thank you very much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Atlas Pronto. Atlas, welcome to the Republic. Enjoy your emotes in chat. Was that in response to Teak and I asking, like, if the devs would at some point make it so we had the ability to see those things? Morsel, top floor. I really want to put the Making of Morsel out, but then I missed the collector. Pretty much, funny enough, they put out patch notes the next day. I still found yours very, very useful. In fact, I didn't even see their patch notes. So if I go sharded 2 times, I can actually slow these coming down to the top line, right? This goes here. Okay, I like that, actually. Also, money is just really important right now. Okay, and then I'm supporting HP next turn, so this is still fine. Has Rhapsody seen Cursed Vines yet? I have not. I am excited to, based on the way you are talking about it, though. Do I use Piercing? Let's start with Shade Splitter, right? Because if that gave energy, we could have done everything. Okay, so I only used one of the Making the Morsel here. It goes here, and then 3 get eaten. I guess I don't want everyone on the top floor at the same time. 140. Yeah, that's going to be a bit rough for us, so Proclamation goes on that floor then. Perhaps is yet to see most of the insane relics. Oh, I am very glad to hear that. Rubble Morsel, thank you. Okay, now we actually get to play the entire hand. Get buffed on. Again. So got to make sure that they don't actually go back to the top floor as quickly as they can. Okay. And Sombra does not have a target it can kill unless... So I can kill a target with it this turn. It would be, it's not even gonna do it. It would be put the Rubble Morsel on a different floor and then kill it. But that locks me out of the Making of Morsel, which is even better. Okay, I can kill this front line, preventing 10 damage here with 2 Proclamations. I'm not mad about that. And then start working on the front line area. Consider spreading out your floors, which you play infused cards to maximize your candy. Yeah, it's a good point. Right, I'm not playing the Shadow Splitter on the top floor for any extra benefit, so why not play it on this floor, charging up the gun for later for the Proclamations? Good point. Candy's kind of purposeless. It's just charging for the Proclamations. That's it. Rude. exceedingly rude. Oh god, I should have played the Exiled Worm champion here. I hadn't yet, no. I mean, we've already got the kill, and nothing else is going to help us here, so... Why is the top floor only summoning 3 morsels instead of 4? What am I missing here? I am summoning 1 morsel, and then the others are getting added. So, the text says, when you summon a morsel on this floor, create a copy, not summon a copy. If it did say summon a copy, well, I mean, the first one would infinitely generate morsels. But also, if it stopped after the first, then yeah, that's how you would get your full. +3 magic power. I mean, that's +9. No, it's +15 on the proclamations. That's actually pretty reasonable at this point. Ancient Resonance. So that's AoE damage based on having access to the things that we have a lot of access to. Wormkin Etchings is so interesting to try and do, but it's just, I haven't got the cards for it yet, and I keep drafting them, and it's not doing anything. It's too memey. Cave-in Beast. What are you? What do you think you're doing here? Cannibalize is not bad though. Just sack a unit on a different floor, eat a bunch of rares. Cannibalize is pretty good. So, we actually still have upgrade slots on these 2 Morsel Masters, and if I plan to dupe them again, spoiler alert, I do, I probably want to consider the upgrades there. That said, the other side is the Merchant of Magic, and the Merchant of Magic is real good for just decreasing the cost of all of my Shade Splitters and stuff, and just feeling pretty good about that. Removal of cards from this deck helps us... How well? I mean, honestly, it just increases the saturation of the making of the morsels in the deck, and that is really good. Like, the removals here serve, as they often do, just to increase the saturation of the good cards that I have in this deck, and because I have so many good cards in this deck, it feels pretty appropriate. And then the multi-strike on the Morsel Master would be great. Yeah, by the end of the battle, that's like an extra 300 damage. By the end of a long battle, not necessarily the current one. Divine Horde. I'm not going to take that one. There is money over on the other side as well as a Concealed Cavern. How many things can I cover? Holdover, holdover. Lower cost, holdover. Lower cost, lower cost. Yeah, we could actually hard whiff if we go there, because there are a lot of things I wouldn't want from Merchant of Magic. Just making it quick saves so much HP. Doesn't take damage when it kills the enemies first. Do I reroll and look for anything on the other one? Because the other one is going to be standing in the back line, right? And it's not going to get any of the other buffs. So honestly, the other one might just want a Strength Stone. Just gets another 20 damage. I love looking across the chat and seeing that Sao has suggested a line that I also suggested. Makes me feel good. Does the other one need one? Does it need it? Well, the setup is not necessarily quick, dependent on the cards I draw. About Sweep? Sweep is still probably not going to kill 20. Alright. I have the ability to deal with that in the interim. Currently, Sharded is my way of dealing with backliners, right? But Ancient Resonance is trying to take up that slack, and so is Antumbra Assault. but I still think it's probably Train Stewards right now. The first cycle is the most important cycle to me right now, obviously, because I'm trying to set up the Morsel Master to have as many Making of Morsels as I can play in the single cycle. The downside there is I removed some cannibalized targets. This is really bad. So the threat level is really high, so they're all going to come in real... Not all, but many of them would come in real buffed. But those sycophants won't die to a single shard as they're ascending, which is going to make it a lot harder to kill them. I really want money, though. Do I need that money? Yeah, there's a Merchant of Trinkets in the next area. I really want that money now. I'd be trading HP for it. Almost certainly. Fine. As long as we trade 77 HP maximum for it, I'm fine. That's my limit, though. No more! You gotta have a limit. Chief goes on middle floor. Now we can proclaim here. We can proclaim and then we can try and use Sharded to hit the... No, because if we proclaim, we're actually killing the Sleep in the front line. V, what up, man? Can we get an exclamation mark raid v.me in chat from someone, please? Or actually from a mod, please. Much appreciated. Playing Dead Cells most recently. Good to see it, good to see it. I gotta check out more of your Dead Cells content. I checked out a couple of runs back when I saw you were gonna be on the show. It's good having you on the show, by the way. Can't wait to have you on again. So, for these viewers who just jumped over, this is Monster Train is a deck building roguelike set upon three vertically stacked? Yeah. 3 horizontal but vertically stacked battlefields. Effectively, you set up your minions on the left-hand side, and then they auto-battle at the end of each round, but you have, obviously, a bunch of spells and the ability to affect your enemies otherwise. Big brain plays. Thanks for having me. How do you game? I know it, but I've never played it. How do you game? How do I game? If I'm interpreting the question correctly, I play a lot of deck builder roguelikes. I kind of take very complex games and try and work them down to a set of very repeatable instructions that win. How do you like the game? Monster Train, quite well. Dead Cells, quite well. I actually had 2 series on Dead Cells back in pre-alpha. Pre-alpha and then alpha. I was gonna get back into it when it had the release, but unfortunately I was covering a bunch of other things at the same time. One of those wrong time, wrong places kind of situations for me. Also interrupts its holiday to play a public beta on stream. Yeah. Well, I mean, I had the ability to. I wasn't doing anything else. Except sleeping a lot. The first day I took on holiday, I slept 12 hours in a row. And then I got up, I ate, I went the goddamn hell back to bed. I was just destroyed for 2 days. I don't know what it was. It was insane. It's like I'd been sapped of everything by trying to have a holiday. But then as soon as those 2 days were over, right, 2 days of huge sleepiness, honestly, I felt like I desperately needed it. I don't know how much sleep debt is really a thing, but it felt like I was carrying some serious sleep debt. God, I really don't like any of the plans that we can play here. It's gonna default. Hope you're doing great. Yeah, I'm doing fine. My head's doing quite well as well. I'm pretty appreciative about that. Okay, shade split up. No! Shade split up. No! It's not the one I wanted. Okay, look, if the Spine Chief is going to die this turn anyway, we cannibalize it. Hopefully this gives us... Actually, am I even using that on the top floor right now? No, I might use it on the bottom floor later, though. Okay, hopefully this gives us... Dang, didn't give us the stats. This is 3 and lifesteal 1 at least. This game has a pseudo multiplayer to it, right? Yeah, it does. It's got Hell Rush, and it's also got custom challenges. Hell Rush is the most direct multiplayer, and it is literally just like commit your actions as quickly as possible. If you haven't committed them fast enough, eventually a timer will run out and the rest of the battle will just auto-resolve. I really like the idea of doing some Hell Rush stuff with the Wholesomeverse, but the thing that ended the plans to do that was I focused a lot on this game, and not necessarily everyone focused on this game as much as I did, so there became a little bit of a disparity. I could probably be like a commentator for something like that, though. Pretty happily, in fact. Hell Rush is super underrated. I love playing it with friends. I really, really enjoy it, yeah. It's quite damn good. Okay. It might actually just be commit to the 2 making the morsels on the top floor, though. I think it is. 18 worth of stats confirmed is pretty efficient. I look forward to Wanderbot playing Hell Rush. I would love to see Wander play Hell Rush. We'd have a great time. I see. Okay, we go for the Shade Splitter first, and then we Ancient Resonance, destroying almost everyone on that floor, saving the Clipped Guardian for myself to eat later. Pop the Rubble Morsel out there for 3 extra energy. Use another Shade Splitter too. Okay. My Consume Pile literally just has a Spine Chief at the moment. So do the Echo Transfers go on the back line then? I mean, they should, right? Yeah. Then Proclamation effects on... That Clip Defender feels like it's going to need Proclamation effects, but I can't use those this turn. Unless I use Wormkin Actions here on the bottom floor for no value. Should have just played the other ones on the other floors there. I mean, assuming you don't win quickly in multiplayer, maybe Hell Rush could still be cool. Yeah, everyone would win at the same rate if they won in multiplayer. It's just... It will also kill a lot of people early. Thankfully, it's, you know, usually like a 15 to 20 minute run. I think actually the Wholesomeverse is going to do some TFT stuff soon. V, do you play TFT at all? Just nuke the frontliner. Full Hell Rush is very close to 30 minutes. I might be thinking about wrong settings or just misremembering, frankly. Okay, and Tumbra Assault on the back line gets us a bunch of units to play with. So yes. Ooh, but doing it on the front line doesn't even buff the enemies before they attack me. Way preferable. That's a lot of lifesteal. Okay, we'll use Shade Splitter on this floor as well. Rubble Morsel. Do I need all of that energy? No. So I'm gonna play you here. Eat you for more units. And then it's Mad Buffsville here on the top floor. +6, +6, +6. That's what you like to see. Don't connect to the wrong league, Serga, for TFP. Oh, can you not change servers? I'm definitely in Oceania. Oops. I literally only started playing TFT yesterday. I've kept, like, I tried to get into it a couple of times. Back when Lolash was telling me it was really, really good. I, like, put a lot of effort into trying to get into it. But I bounced off so hard because that game does not want you to play it if you don't know League of Legends. It is really badly designed for people who do not know League of Legends. It's deeply unfortunate as well. It's like seeing the carousel of heroes running around and the items, and I'm like, can you let me hover over them to see what they do? And the game is like, no. You can hover over an item and we'll show you the recipes it makes. Okay, what do those recipes do? Well, if you try and hover over the recipes, you're no longer hovering over the item, so you don't need this tooltip anymore, right? It disappears. Why? Absurd. It's just really, really poor design in my mind. Alright, Shade Splitters. There we go. Get all the energy to play the rest of the hands. Shards or... I mean... Let's go for the Cripple and Proclamation now. Dota Underlord seems a bit better in that regard. Dota Underlords is so much better designed than TFT. In terms of, like, usability, UX, infinitely better. I've played a lot of Underlords. Okay, we're fine. It's an intentional design choice to force people to play League. Honestly, I wouldn't put that beyond them. And the reason I won't put that beyond them is because their client is the smoothest client I've used. They clearly have great UX designers. Many of the other things are very, very well designed. It seems intentional that they are poorly designed and it frustrates me. Hearthstone Battlegrounds, though, I would like to play it, but I'm not going to. Don't necessarily need to go through the reason again, but I'm not going to. Ambient Charge. Draw 3, apply Consume to the drawn spells. So honestly, that's like really, really good draw for this deck, which would be able to utilize it pretty effectively. It would finally give us some Consume synergy for the Wormkin Etchings, as well as for the Notice Stone. Do I really want to be consuming things like my makings of a morsel, though? My Shade Splitters? Yes. Void Binding is currently just an anti-synergistic way of achieving the things that we already achieve with morsels. Show unit essences. Ooh! Emberforge being able to be eaten for a +1 energy and +10 HP. It's great. It's huge. It's really, really good. Is there ever a world where we draft this and then capacitate? There isn't, no. I tried. I tried to justify it, I couldn't. I really wish MT was on Switch. Looks great, but I can barely get to use my PC outside of coursework. Yeah, I really, really, really want it to come to Switch. Just because it'll open it up to so many new people to play it, you know? I mean, we're like chocked up on upgrades. The other side is not useful for us. We ended up taking no damage that trial as well. Pretty happy about that. Is this the run? Is this the run where Shadowbox is good? So, Morsel Master number 1 comes out on turn 1, probably with 2 morsels. Morsel Master number 2 comes out on turn 2. From that turn on, let's assume 6 morsels each turn, right? So, 2 and then 6, 6, 6. So on turn 4, it would nuke the battlefield. That buys me time to start actually growing. That buys me a lot of time to grow. That volatile gauge sure does say draw +3 a turn, don't it? Mask of Penumbra says draw +1 a turn. Currently, our energy plan is to 0 cost as many of our cards as possible. Try and supplement that with cached embers. Fine. Mask of Penumbra is good enough. Okay, the Train Steward definitely wants to still get out of this deck. As does, honestly, probably start on the Sharded now. Your deck is unusually thick for a Rhapsody deck. This happens as I start out the game, or you know, any new content. I find that I draft a lot of things so I can start seeing things that work together. Honestly, if I wasn't playing 4 people right now, I probably would have just had the Morsel Masters and cut a bunch of cards from the deck. But it's interesting to see new things, and also it does force me to actually try things as well. Soul Crippler is very expensive for this deck. I agree, I just, I don't necessarily want to remove it right now. It is consumed, though. Yep. That's both Morsel Masters on the first turn. Okay. We still set up the top floor. There's no modification to that plan. No, quick goes in front. Damage goes in behind. Spine Chief goes midline to try and actually build. Hard pass. Okay. Okay. This isn't bad. But it does need me to get energy from one of the Shade Splitters. No. Energy. Energy. Thank you. Eat them. Eat them all. Leave none alive. Do I actually need anything more, or have I already outscaled? I've already outscaled. Okay, so if I've already outscaled, the rest of my plans are honestly just shards on the Fel. Have it take some extra damage while all this is going on. I really want to cannibalize right now. I hate Scourge Bell so much. It's rough. can be rough. It is the roughest spell. Easy. Not what I was looking for. It's fine though. Nuke him. That boss looks cool. Reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh card. Lol. Elemental Hero The Shining. Yeah, I remember that from, that was in Yu-Gi-Oh GX, right? That was just after I stopped watching Yu-Gi-Oh. I tuned back into Yu-Gi-Oh GX for maybe 2 episodes, and I saw a Australian guy with a a crocodile on his shoulder. And that is instantly my favorite. What just happened? Shadowbox. Shadowbox, when you play your 20th morsel unit of the battle, deal 150 damage to all enemies on all floors. One day I should go back and watch GX. Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of cartoons that I really cartoons. I mean, bridges the border of cartoon and anime, right? There's a lot of shows that I wanted to watch as a kid that I found really slow-paced even at the time, and going back and watching, like, especially earlier Yu-Gi-Oh! Feels really slow-paced at the moment. I know there is an abridged version of it, which might be the thing that I need to check out. Where are your shoulder crocodiles, Raps? Oh, sorry, I have a green screen behind me, and the crocodiles are also green, so they actually get queued out, unfortunately. Oh, I've got 2 at all times. You do not worry. They're here. They're just not necessarily visible at the moment. Don't need to do a sacrifice, though. So they just generate extra cards like that? Oh, screw that. Sacrifice. This is way better. And damage him back. Who is using gay as an insult? It is a good thing. Oh, wait, are you saying... You're saying you like it because it is gay? Yeah, Shadowblood, they weren't using it as saying it was bad. They were saying it was good because it has a lot of gay stuff in it. I understand, like, it's difficult, especially online. Like, you typically can correctly assume when someone says this is the gayest, they are trying to say it's bad. So I understand the quandary, unfortunately. It can also mean happy and colorful. Yeah, but like, there are a lot of people online who will use that as a defense so that they can say whatever they want. They don't believe it when they say it, but they say it, you know? To try and have some justification for being a goddamn bigot. Why wouldn't gay be neutral? Because a lot of the time online, especially in gamer cultures, it's used specifically negatively. And if you haven't experienced that, then, well, I guess I hope it's because the times have changed and not because... And not because you've just been blind to it. Another transfer. Definitely hard to read sincerity online. Couldn't agree more there. It's a consistent problem. There's also like a lot of the times when you're talking with friends, you know what they believe underlying. So when they say something, you can assume, oh, that must have been a joke. That's said sarcastically, right? But when you're doing that with a room full of a couple hundred people, the benefit of the doubt will end up backfiring on you a lot of the time. Okay, and Sombra hits back. You just keep charging the extra powerful units into the top line. Shade Split. Let's go to Shade Split. And Gen, I guess. Sarcasm doesn't translate. Not necessarily, but it can. Definitely can. Everyone remember the American localizations of Evangelion and Sailor Moon where they tried to remove such context? Yeah. Yeah. Didn't they make two of the sailors who were in a relationship like sisters or cousins in the localization or something like that? Cousins? Yeah. It is weird when your localization team is like, I mean, they can't be lesbians. So incest is better. What? Just wild. Speaking of like talking about a show being gay in terms of a positive, Peak has been recently rewatching the old animated X-Men series, and my god, that show is gay. Holy hell. Wow. It's like, I've heard Peak talk before about like how much an impact seeing Storm specifically actually in the X-Men cartoons was for him. And like the fact that he's carried that aesthetic forward in a lot of costuming since and stuff like that. But wow, it's real. Like, whew. Extremely strong vibes, you know? You should watch the new She-Ra. Yeah, Peak has already watched all of the new She-Ra. Storm was so butch. Storm was so butch, but also like so dramatic. Like, kind of like a regal flamboyancy in a kind of way. Is the X-Men cartoon where the teenagers in school or an older version from, I want to say, the 90s? It's got real rough animation, so it's the 90s. They are all graduated. Also, the show actually annoys me for one reason, and it's because every time anyone says any line, it is so packed with exposition. Like, you could take almost any sentence out of any single episode, and it would tell you the story of the whole episode. It's like a whole episode of people just restating the same thing. It's wild. Hey, Dane. How's it going, bud? Thank you very much for the raid. Hit that exclamation mark, Dane. But we also asked Dane, what were you playing? What have you been playing with? Okay, we are already completely fine, just making morsel until we win. Sorry about the slower pace of this, YouTube. I was playing some Nova Drift after unboxing my new mouse. Everyone's getting into Nova Drift, and I feel like I should have gotten in earlier if I was ever going to. It feels like another one of the things that's just going to pass me by at the moment. Sir, thank you very much for the gift of a tier 1 sub to Dane. And Dane, thank you for also continuing the gift sub immediately after getting it. Wild. Nova Drift is such fun though. Yeah, Silly plays Nova Drift. Actually, Silly, you have Nova Drift uploaded on your channel as well. Do you want to quickly link your channel in chat? Star moderator of the Republic, as well as sterling example of a community member. I think I have 80-ish episodes, though only the latest ones are watchable. Oh, mic quality kind of thing. Oh, Shadowblood as well. Thank you very much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Yoguti, as well as to Suron for gifting a tier 1 sub to Jason, and Maxwell for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Michael Kara, Siambros, Captain Janet, Tri-Alt F4, and Katamari 671. And Jeromotes in chat, and welcome back to the Republic for those of you who are coming back, and welcome to the Republic for those of you who aren't. Thank you so much. See you, Maxwell and Shadowclaw. Much appreciated. So much love going around here. I really appreciate just how absolutely amazing writing is from cartoons produced in the last few years. I'm a child of the 70s. Yeah, I'm old. In the 80s, cartoons were utter trash. Yeah, I think they just, like, there was a sense that you didn't need to make them good because they were for kids. And that blows my mind, right? Because why talk down to them? You learn so much more when you don't get talked down to in that way. Poison Mouse, thank you very much for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to community. To Kanan Sick, What's with Canada, Luli Please, Isu Play, and Eat Everything 1. Jeromotes in chat, and welcome to the Republic, y'all. Thank you very much, Poison. Monster Train, more like Hype Train. Yeah, no kidding, there was a Hype Train before it even went live today. Feel a little nervous about that. Double buffs and armor on a unit. That's super rad. Can't use it. In fact, I can't use any of these. We'll take the money there. I know I'm talking about kid shows and stuff, but the writing of BoJack Horseman is just awe-inspiringly good. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't agree more. BoJack Horseman made me cry like no other show ever has. And it was like a soul-rending kind of cry, you know, like an existential dread triggering kind of cry. And yet it's so amazing, and I'll recommend it to every single person. Silly, thank you very much, gifting a tier 1 sub to Rawsome, as well as to Shadow Blood for the looks like 510 bits. Much appreciated. The Good Place is one of my personal favorite shows of all time. I keep recommending that to people, and then they stop watching halfway through season 1, and I cannot tell you the frustration of standing next to someone and being like, no, but please, you need to continue. No, but you don't understand. I can't tell you why, but you need to continue watching. No, but, please, just trust me. I mean, I can get more cost reductions later, right? If I skip cost reductions right now, I dupe the Morsel Master one last time. One last dupe on that Morsel Master might be enough. Right, because then we get 4 morsels, 3 masters. I had the twist spoiled for me, and I can't find watching past the start of the 2nd season of... That's rough. It is so good, though. That show is, like, that and BoJack Horseman are, like, deeply, deeply philosophical shows. Presented in completely different ways, but man, like over the course of the last couple of years, they gave me a lot to wrestle with. I feel like I'm definitely better off for having wrestled with those issues, you know? Simon, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Let's finally have the money to be able to get some bits, so in the spirit of the hype train, have some bits. Much appreciated, bud. Yeah, okay, we're going over on this side, we're gonna do the dupe. What do you have, though? Plus 30 magic power? On anything? I mean, like, I could put plus 10 on the Ancient Resonance, but I feel like that already does pretty well. I actually don't think I need any of these. That and BoJack? BoJack in Good Place. Also really want to watch Owl House. I watched 2 episodes of Owl House. It was fine. It was definitely fine. It might hook me later, but it was fine. Xcos gets +3. Ooh, Capricious Reflection. Cards and reward packs and unit banners come with a random upgrade. So that's really interesting because that means that now, like, going for a Hersel's Horde before a banner is, like, almost certainly the way you want to go. Just for the possibility of getting this and getting a buff out of it. Have you watched Hilda? It's delightful. Not yet. I'll take that down as a recommendation, definitely. Perhaps watch the shards? Yeah. Oh, I'm going above 100. Definitely. Oh, 100% I'm going above 100. Xcos cards. I have no Xcos cards is the thing. But I literally only get one more pick. Is one more pick enough? Maybe 25 gold is better than either of these. I think it is. It's rough to take gold over that, but I think it was correct. Now it's double shard removal, I think, yeah? Oh, good lord. Silly, thank you very much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Real King Doom, who had just said that this is one of the most generous channels. Immediately having proved it. Thank you very much, Silly. Enjoy remotes in chat and welcome to the Republic, Real King Doom, as well as to Angry Dead Wolf, Dove MC 208, RS Jackson, and Johnny Devo, who were all gifted subs by Suron. Thank you very much, Suron. Enjoy remotes in chat and welcome to the Republic, y'all. As well as welcome back, Johnny Devo. Good to see you. Have you seen any of Infinity Train? I've seen all of Infinity Train. Infinity Train is really good. It's really good. I'm waiting for the next season. I'm pretty keen. Close Enough was also pretty good, but I think Close Enough resonated with me a lot because, like, I'm staring down the barrel of my 30s, and a lot of the show is about that. Then the dupe goes on... Not the quick one, right? Just goes on... Well... Is 20 quick damage or 40 delayed damage better? 40 delayed damage is better. Kills more backliners. I heart The Expanse. I need to watch The Expanse. That's definitely on my list at the moment. So Close Enough was close enough to being good. I mean, no, it's good, right? It's not mind-blowing, but it's good. Honestly, this is not a run that utilizes the champion even slightly. You absolutely need to watch The Expanse. I really do want to. That might be my next, like, serious show. Peek and I are currently working through the Lovecraft Country and the new Harley Quinn show. The new Harley Quinn show is really good. What's our other serious show at the moment? Oh, Watchmen. We still haven't finished Watchmen yet. Enemy units enter with Spell Shield 2. I so rarely trigger Spell Shields. Oh yeah, I have another ring. It's fine. See? Divine Horde. There's one in every ring. Okay, we might want to set up lower for the sake of getting out purifiers as quickly as possible. So if we're setting up lower, how are we accomplishing that? It has to be floor 2. That's the lowest I can stand. Okay. I'm back into it. Rubble Morsel gives us the ability to play the Making Morsel. Let's Echo Transfer the back line, and... Second Shard wouldn't have done that, right? Yeah, Harley Quinn is amazing. It's like... It might be the only good DC thing I've seen in the last 10 years. Perhaps this will be important later when you get to the Xbox. Pay attention to all abilities because not all are given in the prep screen. Cool, cool. Will do. Let's get another one of you down. So much energy is generated from that. I love it so much. Sick chomps, bud. Sick chomps. They all have the spell shield, but I can soul cripple you to prevent the extra one. And in fact, if I use Wormkin etchings, I'm putting soul cripple back to the top of the deck, literally just to deal with the next purifier should it also be upgraded. Only good DC thing? Did you not see Young Justice? No, I didn't see Young Justice. I've also not seen the dark one, the dark something, the TV show. This DLC is new to me. Can someone explain what the new pips are? The new pips are charged echoes. You get echoes by playing infused cards, and you can expend them for some resources, or hold them for some buffs as well. Okay, Spine Chief isn't even attacking right now because the amount of sap that they have. So I'm gonna sack him. You outlived your usefulness. That is a lot of lifesteal. Yeah, I want the lifesteal more than I want this energy. Now I want the energy. Get him. Morsel excavate. More excavating. There we go. That's enough lifesteal to guarantee that we already win. This is the first proper run. Just Shade Splits again. Or do I start with the draw, actually? Start with the draw. Come on, energy. I love getting 4 energy out of that. It's so wild. Just triggering a spell chain. Casually. It's just it's just a little bit of a +24 every single time I play one of these. You know, to be expected. I mean, as long as I echo transfer the back line a couple times, we're more than fine. Soul Cripple, Sharded. I guess we'll just use this for the draw. And also for the energy. Ugh, don't have anyone to kill with the Cannibalize. Cannibalize is feeling a little bit worse right now. So sad Sentient Draw Gem got nerfed. Did it? I haven't even seen that one yet. Dang. Nothing else needs to happen here. Let's start with this, see if I get the energy. I do not. So actually, I'm just going to sack. Maybe that sack didn't necessarily turn out that well for us. It's no longer 3 gems in a trench coat. Now it's firsts. Now it's 1 draw gem in a trench coat. At top level, it's still 1 gem. So New Clam is worm themed? Yeah, there were a lot of people who predicted specifically it was going to be worm themed. So as well, good work to those people. Okay, that's the energy. That's more energy, but I don't need the extra energy there. More energy to do what with, though? At least draw. Have an excess of choices. No, it's literally just another Shade Splitter. Okay. Not like that's bad at all, though. Soul Cripple for fun. And sure, Double Proclamation just to remove the shields. Yeah. Enemy doesn't even manage to make it through any damage on me. You simply, absolutely, definitely love to see it. Top. Navalize, and then energy, so that I can play the rest of it. Oh my god. I love this run. Such a great run for demonstrating some of the new stuff. And then ambient, keep going. You cannot stop the damage. And it's deeply important to me to make sure that we get as much damage out here as possible. So that's 800 damage from the Morsel Master on quick right now. Seems good. Slow the speed of the auto resolve? Sure. I'll put it down to Ultra. Broken Memories. Return a consumed spell to the top of the draw pile. So you'll be able to choose that then. It consumes itself. Interesting. Ancient Resonance. Another one. And it's also infused. So the infused comes out before it even gets played. But, I mean, like, AoE does actually feel like something I might need a little bit more support for. Did you hear that Slay the Spire is coming out of the board game? Asks Skeeve. Yes, I did. I'm confirmed to get it. I set myself up for email notifications so that I can get a copy. Rats, perhaps a bit of an odd question, but are you familiar at all with Blazeball? I hope to get into Blazeball this year. Has the new season started yet? I am familiar. Do I need the Ancient Resonance, though? Not yet, but it's supposed to start sometime this month. Finally found the Ember Cache. Hellvent duping the Morsel Master doesn't do anything anymore. In fact, it actually kind of removes us. Divine Horde. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. A. Making of a Morsel. A. Sinner's Salve is pretty good in the Seraph the Diligent fight, though. Oh. So we're gonna have 3 in our deck by base. And then also... Are there Purifiers in this fight? I keep forgetting if Purifiers even exist in this combat. Sin and Solve would be really good with Dante. That's a great point. Diligent does have Purifiers. Any upgrades I want on the Lightstone Casing can easily just go on other cards that are yet unupgraded. I'm gonna take the Solve. Deal 3 damage to the back enemy unit whenever a unit is eaten. Interesting. Before each battle, gain 2 per Pyre health over 40 and set Pyre health to 40. I love it. Not right now, though, but soon. Double stack doesn't mean anything to me. -1 costing obviously still does. These morsel makers need to be as low cost as they can possibly be. I'm going to re-roll here. Consume removal was what I was hoping for. Honestly, having a holdover making of morsel seems like a good idea. I can't consume my entire deck with the ambient charge. That seems like a bad idea. Especially because this that gets them back is consume itself. Teeth will be wasted against flying bosses, I think. Well, sometimes. Holdover Echo Transfer for scaling the other guy is more than just the front. That's not a bad idea, Liftoff. It's not a bad idea at all. We also have the ability to try and get AoE more consistently on that floor. Yeah. I like the Echo Transfer. Do I really want to do it though? It's 0 cost every single hand. It's plus 30 damage every single time I play it. I have 4 different units. It enhances my sweep a lot. And then over in the Merchant of Trinkets, Teeth of Gold is okay. I don't know if it's necessary though. Especially with the extra Echo Transfer. Trader's Quill is also fine, but we'll run out of the ability to utilize it relatively quickly. And we'll also outscale it relatively quickly. Gorge abilities trigger an additional time would be great if we had any. Yeah, the other one did have Gorge +2/+2. This would have been incredible if I had the... If I instead put Morsel Master into Morsel Maid, but then I wouldn't have the ability to play 3 Morsel Masters on the same floor. So, honestly, it turns out that putting them in this way was necessary for what I'm doing now. I think I might just purge a bunch of cards from the deck. And then Soul Cripple 2. Consume Seraph might be annoying. By the time Consume Seraph becomes really annoying, I'll be fine, I think. No consideration for Faulty Loader here. In the first wave of combat. Should I be considering it? You're weakest early? I am weakest early, but I'm also, like, very capable of overcoming that. If the first wave of enemies isn't going to attack you, maybe we can set up bottom floor. That's a good point. That's a good point, Justice Tom. Let's take it. Lifesteal 2 would immediately be just completely overwhelmed. I don't want to take out too many more spells, because obviously I'm going to need some consume targets. There's no real reason to hold the money or not use the money there for either reason. Okay. It is so weird seeing this game animate in not full speed. It's so strange to me. Throw that and then hope this gave us energy, and it did. Echo transfer, that's perfect because you are going to be a backliner. Backliners can have littler buff as a trait. Spine Chief on the top floor to count Flat Wings. There it go. Goodbye, Vengeful Shard. Just a quick one. Alright. Gimme. No. Also no. Alright, so it's got to be Magma, Cannibalize, and then Morsel Master and just chunk everything into the bottom. I don't know where I thought I was going to get the energy to play the second Morsel Master there. I'll do everything exactly the same. Just want to actually put the Morsel Master down. Second cycling that Morsel Master is a bad idea. That one. Gives us energy, and then we play out the rest of them still. Oh, this is coming at 15. Good choice, probably. Yeah. At the very least, while learning, we're going to turn it down just a little bit. Now we're comfy. And then we consume a Shade Splitter. The other one. Now I get energy? That shouldn't have happened. Oops. I guess I might just go ambient charge now. Is it just me, or is the game extremely loud right now? It might be because I'm on the beta branch, and the beta branch has different settings. Rhapsody, first time watching you live. Hey, D Monty. First time being seen live by you. Alright. Ambient charge. Getting out the Morsel Master. So we have to consume it. But what if I don't want to consume it? So my other option is Morsel Excavator goes on this floor, we cannibalize it, and then we just chunk those into the bottom. Back as the previous plan. Sure. And then this triggers Shadow Box. Everyone who is currently panicking chat. No? No panic in chat? Oh, I really thought people were going to be panicking while I was trying to do that. I was just trying to smoothly avoid. Oh, well. Just more damage on the backline, I guess. No panic whatsoever. All too clever. We'll save Vermanchings for the next cycle, I think, still. Don't really want to burn the Shade Splitters, though. If and I can avoid it at all. Maybe at least for another cycle. I apologize, I'll try to panic next time, let me know when. Perfect. I'll keep it in mind. Good chomps through and through. Even more shielding at the very end. Wormkin, still no. Echo transfer. And there we go. Now with the Worm King etchings, we can do this. So it's X-Cav, X-Cav, X-Cav. Okay, perfect. Then Worm King etchings, 3 of the X-Cavs go back to the top of the deck. God, I hope I draw them in the right order for this to work. Exactly the wrong order. Dang. This is per charge on this floor, so we'll just try and get as much as we can before we play that. Honestly, I just want to be able to actually deal damage to the Seraph this turn. So the ones that extract 2 have to be played afterwards. Ego Hunter 6969. Thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. Enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome to the Republic. Yeah, I guess that gets the kill at the absolute least. Oh, the Seraph has stealth. That's why I'm not dealing damage. Wild. Okay, the Extract 3 is really good here, but I can't trigger it yet. Hopefully we get the draw from Mortar Miner, get something that has infused on it. Nice. Yep, we're absolutely out of control on scaling. It's not possible to beat us. At least for this boss. Don't know about the next one, though. Ambient charge. I mean, these do now have consumed. Don't really want to consume anything on another floor. This really depends what we generate. Yeah. Cannibalizing that unit is going to be a lot better. Shame that Blight didn't get consumed. Yeah, unfortunately. It only does it to spells. Alright, and then go transfer. I mean, yeah, Proclamation on the top floor doesn't even do anything. In fact, it prevents me from getting a candy. I think the next boss will end you, but hey, feel free to prove me wrong. I am going to try. I have no clue what I should have been preparing for, so... Honestly, if it beats me, I'm kind of happy with that. If I could beat it on Covenant 15 without knowing what I was preparing for, then... that would have to be a hell of a broken run. As a new clan ramps, it's... I'm enjoying it so far, but I do always try and hold off on giving like a value judgment of it. So yeah, I guess the easiest way to say is I'm enjoying it so far. The thing that's excited me most so far is honestly the shards. That feels like it's going to open up so many different things. Super excited to get the opportunity. Okay, we're burning out the rest of the proclamations now. So, interesting. Wait a second. I thought I got... Did I not add a charge to this floor? I thought that previous card was infused. I mean, now I don't even have the ability to play the Echo. Wait, I do? Oh, okay, so yeah, infuse triggers first, but it will pay for its costs correctly. Great. I like that works at least. Yeah, this is just gonna absolutely dunk on the Seraph. can play the draw on the top floor. Should have done it. Sorry, I keep forgetting that it is not a universal resource. The last Divinity. Either in victory or defeat, the Divinity's endless destruction rages on. Divine Intervention gains Shard of Divinity. The last Divinity attacks your pyre every turn. Its damage increases for every 10. So 11 by base, it's got increased in. Oh, wait. Pyre Vengeance says deal 1 damage to the pyre at the end of each turn. Just 1. Okay. Okay, that's appropriate. That makes sense. That makes a hell of a lot of sense here. The last Divinity. The bottom floor says Purify. After a unit deals damage to this unit, remove that debuff. Okay. Trample. When attacking, excess damage is applied to the subsequent enemy unit. Multi-strike as well as Purify again. Sweep. As well as Pyre Vengeance. I feel fragments of others like... Okay, never mind. Ran out of the time to be able to look at that. So yeah, this definitely seems like I want to set up on the bottom floor then. Spine Chief goes top. Morsel Makes go bottom. Did that say deals 11 damage, 14 damage to Pyre each turn? Yep, Pyre Vengeance 14. Oh, I also got Shard of Divinity. Oh, that's mine. Got it, right. And starts with 100 armor. Right, okay, so I have 100 armor to be working with at least. All right, Spine Chieftain. Show us that this is it. Guess we've got to go Making of a Morsel. Morsel on the bottom line. Play it. Draw a card. Do it again. I don't think running Proclamation on any of these floors makes sense. Oh, maybe on the top floor. It's free damage on the top floor. If you play perfectly, you have 30 turns until the pyre is killed. Okay. Yeah, I think I can do that. I don't think I can play the second Morsel Master until the second cycle. Okay. Oh, sorry, I also did miss some subs back there. Bolus Leos, thank you very much for subscribing at tier 1, as well as to Calathulu, who subscribed at tier 1 for the second month and said, don't say I never did anything nice for you. I would never. Much appreciated. So yeah, it looks like I need to use Ancient Resonance here on the bottom line to get those 2 Light Wings down to try and secure myself here. Which requires that I don't use... Like, unless I fish for a... Specifically, God. There is a world in which the correct play here is fishing for a Rubble Morsel. It depends how much more threatened I am going to be soon. It's just a chance to lose a game. I can't do it. It's too likely I just lose. If only I hadn't used the other thing last turn, I'd be able to actually echo transfer the top line here. How do you deal damage to the boss? It's a good question, isn't it? It's a great question. I guess I don't intend to deal damage to the boss with this deck. We'll find a way. Okay. Send Tumbra Assault in there next. Could use that to take out the Wilt Wing on the top line. I'm trying, Eo. We'll see. So I use the Making of a Morsel before I cycle. Then we extract. Nice. So the Entumbra Assault goes on you for the kill. I still don't really have access to the right tools yet, but I do have the ability to nuke the entire board, which is really going to help us. 3. Yeah, I wonder if Shadowbox is going to hit the back line at 3 times. We'll see. This is not a new Seraph, but it is a new end-end boss called the Last Divinity. That didn't work correctly. It nuked itself. Let me actually kill it myself, thank you. It looks like it struck it. Oh yeah, 3 times. Definitely did it. Good echo transfer on the top floor, I feel. And then double proclamation here. Gets me some damage on the back line. Nice. This is not the quick one. Very back of the line though. This should be enough HP scaling. Morsel makers. Make us some morsels. So with one morsel maker, I almost completely healed all of the damage these light harnesses are about to do. Quote unquote healed, of course. Perfect. 4 lifesteal is pretty much exactly what we wanted for there. Dang. Ancient Resonance is exactly at its best right now. Still gonna do it at the absolute least, though. Right, 19 across means that the Morsel Master here is actually gonna get more kills. What do I need to bring them above in terms of breakpoints? Feels like the second one still wants Echo Transfers for a while. Then Proclamation can happily go off on the top floor. Dudet92, thank you for the Z1 subscription for the 10th month in a row. Good lord. So thanks for all the content you produce. It's always a pleasure to watch, whether you win or lose. You clearly want to and succeed to make enjoyable videos and streams. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I do sometimes feel like I do sometimes catch myself feeling bad when I'm not winning constantly in a game, because I feel like I sometimes set up the expectation of that. So that's a really affirming comment. Thank you. Vermkin Etchings gets us back some serious heat. No offense, but I'm very confused on what this clan is supposed to do. This clan has a extra resource that is per floor called Charged Echoes that you can manage. You build it up with resources that are infused cards. You expend it with some resources. Obviously, that's going to be card dependent. A lot of the things featured in this run are new, but not necessarily from the new clan. Hey, Raps, what do you think you're attacking on the middle floor? Currently, nothing. Oh. The last Divinity, what gender are you? I don't understand the question. No. I mean, what do you have in your pants? Light. What are pants? Yeah, that's the correct response. I'm beyond pants. I haven't drawn this turn yet. So the possibility of going Vermkin Etchings this turn, then making a morsel to try and get extra energy is actually, it's here. In fact, I'll start with this. Not what I wanted. Energy, please. Please never feel bad for losing. You're clearly learning when you do so, and you so often speak about what you've learned in a specific run. It shows how engaged you are, and it makes really good content. Thank you. Those are the kinds of things that I tried to do as a kind of mitigation of that kind of feeling, so I'm really glad they do so. That is energy, exactly. Oh, wait. It's the purged one. I might want to leave this Excav Ember in the deck for another. It's like I'm not even necessarily going to draw anything it's going to be effective with right now. Honestly, the only damage I'm doing right now is here on the top floor, so I'm going to continue buffing you. I think we've actually got the kill, and I think the proclamations are a huge part of it. I think, like, Spine Sheath and proclamations are actually going to be the win for me. Like, this is going to make sure that this can do things, right? But... yeah, exactly, Justice. I can't believe that Spine Sheath went from useless to incredible. Pretty ridiculous tone change right there, right? Ooh, and Tumbra's actually now enough damage to kill a Sadewing by itself. It's pretty appealing. I really want to just go Shade Splitter, and Fish. Fishing! No, we failed at fishing. The worm came off the line and slapped us in the face for our hubris. Oh, wait, there is a Relentless phase here. I was wondering if this was just going to continue happening. Bottom line's completely fine still. I mean, like, a Tunes would try and solve it, but they actually don't even help us at all right now, at Tunes. Oh, incant unit swoops. For the extra energy though. I guess I just throw these on this floor. There's so much lifesteal. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to kill the dual morsel. Too easy to get much else. One more Ensign morsel, and then the double making of a morsel. Proclamation goes for the mid floor. Echo transfer goes for the top. Proclamation can't go mid. No, it can go mid as long as I cast this here. And then at the end of all of this, we use Ancient Resonance for almost no impact. Stop hitting that pyre! Ancient Resonance would have been really good this turn, though. Clearing out the Absolvers. I'm going to use Ambient Charge on the top floor. What am I making consume? Proclamation Shade Splitter, that's fine. Double Proclamation Shade Splitter as well. Okay, and then Echo Transfer on the top as well. I really shouldn't go fishing right now. Those are just morsel makers. But I want to fish. Stop! Stop having it not be fish! I'm sick of catching all these boots. So that would push another 74 damage in the back line if I use a Proclamation right here on the bottom floor. I mean, that's less of a payoff than... Well, actually, I have to use one on the bottom floor, right? Yeah, in fact, I have to use two on the bottom floor because I don't have space otherwise. There's there. I should have done that in the other order. Whoops. After we finish the current season of Ladder Streak, is a new season eventually going to come where you streak this boss? Yep. 100%. I mean, like, I haven't conferred with Teak yet, so I probably shouldn't say 100%, but that definitely seems like the kind of thing we would be interested in doing. We will probably go back and Slay the Spire for the next season, though. Thank you! We finally got the Rebel Morsel. And then Ambient Charge. Now I have no more Morsel Miners. Oh god, that's sad. I mean, I guess this is one of the final waves, though. It's fine. I dislike that you will start taking damage before Relentless and you can't avoid it. Yeah, it happens. I'm yet to really feel any of the implications of that. Okay. 2 more morsels. Perfect. If you have exactly 100 shots, you'll take exactly 100 damage before Relentless, so 0 Pyre health damage. Oh, neat. Cheers for telling me. I was wondering, like, oh, that math doesn't work out, but I hadn't really counted. Yeah, this is just another Shade Splitter on the same floor. Oh god. Why do I get the energy now that I can't really utilize it? Game is just being a troll. Anything else I can really do here? Not so much. Hey, Mikamanu. Good to see you. This is not the end, it says. So literally this just allows me now to hit the enemy, right? I mean, the enemy is already extremely dead. But it is the final boss, so we should really try and go as overkill as we can. Doesn't seem like we're going to be able to kill over too much here, though. I'm so mad at you, game. Stop giving me all these rubble morsels now that I don't need them. Yeah, just Proclamation, Ancient Resonance on a different floor, I guess. That'll do it. The bottom floor doesn't even get involved. Shadowbox did work this run. You're not wrong. I'm so glad that I took it. I'm also really glad to finally have a run where it was like good. Is this the update mod that tells you how much damage? No, I see no such thing. Spine Chief, Wormkin, Etchings, the Ambient Shard. So all of these have gotten gilded, and they've also been Divine Mastered, right? Just racing up those Wormkin levels there. Yes, there we go. The Divine Mastery came on those as well. Hell yes.